Okay, Year 10, welcome to your video tutorial on collecting data. Okay, we are starting stats. I'm trying to start it from a place of familiarity that you guys won't think is too odd, but these are things you definitely need to know. Okay, a few keywords that you're going to hear. We're going to talk about population. Do not just think of these as people in the country. A population is a group of people, animals, or object with something in common. Okay, so if you hear this word population, if I would talk about the population of this class, okay? It's not just to do with what we hear it colloquially as is in countries and cities. Sample is a group that has been chosen from a population. Sometimes information from a sample is used to describe the whole population, so it's important to choose the sample carefully. Let me give you an example. You know when they say 2.3 million people have tuned in to watch the NRL Grand Final? What? How do they know that? There is no special box. There is no mysterious internet program that is able to track and monitor your television viewing. So how on the earth do they know that 2.3 million people tune into an NRL Grand Final? How do they get that? Where does that come from? Well, they also don't waste their time by calling every single person in Australia to ask them of their television viewing habits. They call a sample of people. It is not everyone. It is a sample of people that have been picked both based on whole lots of factors, age, geographic location within Australia, socioeconomic status, whole lots of things. They take that, they ask those people, they get things like averages, mean, medians from that, and then they make an educated assumption. If that sample was all of the population, what would the number look like? Okay, and they kind of exacerbate it or exaggerate it for the whole population. But in no point when you ever hear a statistic like that did they actually ask every single person. They asked a sample of the population. Okay, this is important, and this is what a lot of your work on today will be about, okay? I didn't actually give you as much information as I should have, so the notes that I make on this slide are really, really important. Data can be classified into two ways. It's either categorical or numerical. It's either about categories or numbers. Let's start with categories. Categories are quite literally categories that have no order. Oops, I forgot a no there. They have no order. Colours are an example of a nominal data type. Red, yellow, blue. Okay? There's nothing that particularly distinguishes one colour from another colour. Okay, ordinal data are categories that can literally be ordered. Okay, high, medium, low. High, medium, low. Short, tall, medium. Okay, when I say those words to you, you know the difference between those. They're things that can be ordered. Low, medium, high. A, B, C. Okay, they're categories. Okay, but based on what's your favourite colour, red, yellow, or blue, there's not one that prioritises over the other. Okay, that's the difference between nominal, which is a category, and ordinal, which is also a category and not a number. Now, in terms of the other type of data that you can also get numerical, which obviously are numbers. Within numerical data, you can have discrete data. Discrete data can only take on a limited number of values. Okay, so like a good example of discrete data can be a number of children in family. Okay. The answers for that are with there's only a limited number of values that you can actually get. If you have 4, you have 4. There is 4 people in your family. Data can take on like a range of values. So if you're looking at data from a race, okay, like numerical data, time taken to complete race is a continuous. Okay, because that can be within a range. Whereas discrete is limited value. Okay. You might want to make some of these notes next to it. I know my writing's been pretty poor, but hopefully as I've been talking, you've been able to understand. So I'm only going to give you 2 quick questions because I think you can work the rest of the stuff out. If I asked you a question, what type of data would the following survey questions generate? How many televisions do you have in your home? Well, that's going to be a number that you're going to get back, so it's going to be numerical. Okay, it's also going to be limited with a limited number, in this case a whole number, so it's going to be discrete. Okay. What type of music do you listen to most? Well, that's going to be categorical. You're not going to be giving back a number. Okay. It's going to be categorical data. And now, is there going to be preference? No. So there's not going to be an order to those categories. There's not going to be one category that's necessarily better than the other. So it's going to be categorical and nominal. Okay, and that's it, guys. That's basically your intro to collecting data.